Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal.
It is the courage to stand by in silent, frozen horror that counts.
Good morning, Night Vale.
It's me, Symphony.
It's me.
It's me.
And it's me, Hal.
Oh, wow. Guys, welcome to Good Morning Night Vale. This is the podcast that goes back and talks about another podcast that has already happened. But then this podcast hasn't happened yet because we're at the beginning of it. So today we're going to be talking about Welcome to Night Vale's episode 178, Rattlesnake Rest. In our time, in our world, it is Thursday, March 13th at 7:43 Pacific Standard Time. And we've got a hard out. Got a hard out at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. So
yeah, we're going to keep it moving. This episode, Rattlesnake Rest, the original description was Rattlesnake Rest Cemetery is full. And you know what that means. It means we're going to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
let us.
Wow.
Let's talk about it. This episode was written by Bree Williams.
Oh, Bree.
The great Bree Williams.
We love Bree.
Which is genius.
What a fun start to the, a subject for an episode. The cemetery is full. I mean, I guess what does happen when the cemetery is full? I think about that all the time because I live kind of between two cemeteries. Mm-hmm. How I like it. I love living by cemeteries. It's really fun. I like going walking and looking at the names, and I always see new ones, But I always think about that. I'm like, oh, there's ones back from the 1800s, whatever. But I'm like, what happens when they run out of space? There's not any more land necessarily to annex. And that's the size it can be. Now, one of the ones north, it has a little bit more space. You can do whatever, but I don't know. You just start stacking the bodies on top.
You could do that. That's a plan.
My mother's cemetery.
Yeah.
it feels like she's in like the newer neighborhood.
Okay.
And it feels like they're always adding they're new when I go visit. But then right next to her, there's like a driveway, one of the little streets that they have. And then next to that is a lot of open land, but it's a hill. So I thought, like, are they going to eventually be like discount graves, but you have to be in a hill?
You're like,
and people are going to need a guide rope to
get
come
down.
visit. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's a steep slope. I wouldn't call it a gentle hill.
You're standing diagonally.
Yes, you'll be standing diagonally. There's a good chance you'll fall over.
You have to lean back so you don't fall down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then do you do it? Do you line it up so that they're all like you're sort of standing sideways looking at it, or do you do it down the hill where it's like stadium seating?
Yeah, like risers.
They just grade it even more, and you just bury them head for you can fit a lot of people in there. Look at what they're doing with airplanes now. You can fit so many people in there. They'll figure it out for cemeteries too.
Yeah, I think lots of options there.
This is why I don't want to be buried, because also they could just 150 years from now, when they're like, nobody's going to remember this lady, they're going to dig my bones up, toss them in the scrublands.
And then a hermit crab is just going to take over.
Have my skull.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Which could be cool. See, great minds, Meg. No, truly, that would be kind of cool.
What an image. The hermit crab skull. What an image.
Yeah. Oh. It took me a second to wrap my head around it.
Well, so did the hermit crab said the same thing.
Exactly.
To wrap your head around me.
Yeah.
Well, and if you've ever seen a hermit crab, it kind of carries it not only on its back, but kind of on its rump side. So it's and it's scuttling, So I wonder if which way it is. Do you know what I mean? Is the face turned around towards the back of the crab and that's dragging kind of in the back? Or is it sitting on top of it facing front, in Fury Road or something?
Well, Jessica Hayworth did do an illustration for this episode. That is the show artwork for this particular episode, if you want to see Jessica's take on it.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Because we have entered the phase of Night Vale wherein Jessica now does original art for every episode. So you can always go check those out. And if you ever want any of that printed on anything, our pals at Tomato Co. will print it on something. I think we still do that.
We do.
Yeah.
I do know that. That I know.
It is exactly what you'd expect, which is the teeth are over the head.
Okay.
And the body's in the cranium. Because you know how they sort of curl up.
Yeah.
As someone who has owned a short series of hermit crabs, thanks to Summers at the Jersey Shore, what I can only assume is a prison for hermit crabs where they send them, that is the death sentence for hermit crabs, is go live with a 9 to 12-year-old who will not give you enough peanut butter on a sponge.
On a sponge?
And then eventually you will perish.
Dry out and die.
Yeah. Put the food on a sponge. I think I remember doing that. Peanut butter on a sponge.
Weird.
Is that right? Somebody out there will correct me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what killed them. Peanut allergy?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, my sister and I had them. I was just terrified of it. So I was like, I don't want this. Yeah. But my sister seemed stoked about it. So they eventually just we didn't feed them and they died. And that sucks.
Did you just get them from outside?
From the Jersey Shore. No, they had you win them on the boardwalk.
They sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a bag or something?
It's a little plastic terrarium thing.
Okay.
Yeah. With a little sliding thing, you can put food in there. You can take it out. You can hold the shell and it'll pop out. You can get it to pinch on pennies, or you can do what I did, which is say to my best friend who's sitting in the car next to me, "Hey, John, why don't you put your thumb in the claw of the hermit crab to see what happens?" And then he, in a moment of this is a man who has a master's degree now, didn't have it then.
Right. I'm like, huh?
He said, "Okay," and then put his thumb in the claw, and then immediately realized what a mistake he'd made as he shook his hand around with the hermit crab gripping for dear life. That did not kill the hermit crab, nor did him knocking it against the car door to try to pry it free.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Bad
the
scene.
visuals.
How old were you at the time, and who was supervising you?
30. My guess is like 10 or 11.
Okay.
I thought you were saying you were 30 something.
Maybe as old as 12 or 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
37. It was recent. It took place in the 2010s. Nope. That would be, yeah, it would be the 2010s. Would it be? I don't know. I'm very old. Stop making me do math, please. What do you all try to do to me?
We're exposing you.
We're exposing me. Yes, as a child. It was again, children should not have hermit crabs. That's the point.
Yes. Agree. Firm agree.
What
yeah.
should they do? Play Scrabble with their gravedigger father who's out of a job?
Who's stoked about it at
Yeah.
first and then ultimately, which is just like such the metaphor for COVID, where it's like, we're also excited to spend so much more time with our families. And then it was like,
absolutely. You're like, I would like to do less of this, please.
Yeah, we would rather than have to do this anymore, we're going to exhume an entire cemetery's worth of corpses and relocate them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But I think the highlight of this episode for me was the smokehouse brisket sliders from Arby's. Honestly, they sound like they slap.
yeah, man. There's nothing weird about them.
Right. It doesn't have like salmon bones like they were talking about for friggin' the pastries, or all Harlan making the pastries. There's no salmon bones in them. It's the brisket sliders. It's been cooked for like 13 hours, smoked for 13 hours. Great. Gouda.
Yep.
Love it. Some crispy onions, barbecue sauce,
Yes.
and mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. That sounds good. I would probably squirt a little horsey sauce on there because I like to throw caution to the wind.
Sure. Well, I have a question about Arby's and its relationship with the show. I feel like there is one. I feel like at some point on former Twitter, there was at least an exchange or an acknowledgement on behalf of Arby's. Is that correct?
Oh, I don't remember. We've never received money from the Arby's Corporation.
That was my. I mean, I know that the show has not, but I was wondering if there was ever even discussion of like, hey, we love that we're part of this. That we'll get to this later in the Calzone, but like, there has been an effect. There is a Night Vale effect as far as Arby's goes. I'm just wondering if there's ever even conversation there. If anybody just reached out, because that feels like this would have been a time, just in the life of the show, not in 2020. That's a whole mess. But where Arby's would have at least tried to reach out to go like, hey, can we do something here?
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know that there were some brands that did reach out to us in like 2014 being like, hey, can we be one of your weird ads? And we were like, we don't do ads on our show. So, and then eventually we all needed to pay our bills and started working with a company that put ads on our shows. So, but that was, yeah. I don't know if we had a actual conversation with Arby's. I mean, we should have, but we were too principled at the time.
If only we'd known where the world was heading.
If only we'd know we'd have to shill any number of products to simply pay the cost of editing and mixing this show.
But let's be honest, if you're going to shill for anything, it should be for a thing that you like. And I'll tell you what, I love a curly fry. I love horsey sauce. And honestly, I do like a roast beef sandwich. I'm not going to lie.
Horsey sauce is not far enough away from donkey sauce for my comfort.
Name-wise or conceptually? Because they're different sauces.
Yes. But what part of the horse am I supposed to be thinking about?
The one that you are thinking about, unfortunately.
I'm not, shut up. I am not thinking about a horse being in this equation at all. I think immediately horseradish, which has nothing to do with horses at all. And I know, Meg, you're a horse girl, so that's probably why your mind goes there. But and a pervert, apparently. But
both of those things.
Yeah.
My innocent thoughts go to the zingy rip thing. Oh, This is not getting any better. Let's move on.
Yeah, I love that Bree wrote this episode. I love when Bree would came in, wrote this episode, gave us a whole new location, gave us a whole bunch of new characters, just like really continued to add to the world and build out the world, and then create a really neat little story to set in there.
Yeah, like the Mahalia family, who owned the video store. It reminded me of my time when I worked at Blockbuster Video when I was in college.
I didn't know if I knew that you worked at Blockbuster.
I don't know if I knew that either. Yeah.
It was one fateful summer when I was in college, and I decided, I was like, I'm not going home this summer. I want to stay in my house that's off campus and be a cool working woman. Where am I going to work? I don't know. And so I tried to find a job where I didn't have to drive and I could walk to the Blockbuster Video. This was my dirtbag summer. I worked at the Blockbuster telling people that they have late fees and watching a bunch of movies.
Was this VHS time? Or this is DVDs at this point?
Oh, both though. But like VHSs were still very much like in the mix. It was the early 2000s. I was going to say the 90s. But I have always loved VHSs, and I had a VHS like DVD mixy, one of the ones that does both.
Yeah.
The side by side?
Yeah. And you could like burn videos like from VHS to a DVD. The amount of books. I don't know what I was on. I was like doing like running scams, just like burning videos, just buying. Well, because you get such a huge discount. This is probably why they're out of business. Honestly, did I put Blockbuster out of business? Maybe. Yes. In Peoria, definitely. But I would just buy, you would get a huge discount, and I would buy videos that I've never seen before, and then I would burn them, and then put them, and then I would, like, bring them back.
Sure. Why not?
Or I would rent some, whatever, and then I would turn them and be like, oh, yeah. But I was never, like, making any money off of it, but it was just not, like...
You're building a library for yourself.
On the up and up.
Look, my dad used to we would copy VHSs from... But we all did stuff. We're not proud of our...
Love it.
Well, or we are. Who cares? What was the biggest... Do you remember what the biggest film to be released on home video the summer you worked there was? Like, what was that people were excited? It was all 30 copies that were up on the shelf were gone same day.
Oh, gosh. I'm, like, even trying to, like, remember. The one that sticks out in my head the most was Requiem for a Dream.
Oh,
I know. And I had never seen it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I took it home one night, and I started by sitting like way back, like up against a wall, like watching the movie. At the end, I was like on the edge of my seat, and just like my head was like in my hands, a la Home Alone style. I was just like, what's happening? What's happening? It was a bummer.
Yeah.
It was a bummer.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah. But you know what? I persevered.
Yeah. You're here today.
Yeah.
You're here today.
Yeah.
Still standing, baby. Thank you.
I also really love a cemetery.
Yes.
And I'm happy we got to find out more about the one at Night Vale. But yeah, that's like my favorite thing to do in Paris is to go to the Père Lachaise cemetery and walk around.
So good. I just like looking at the mausoleums and like all the different, like how graves age and stuff like that. It can be very beautiful, like the foliage, and it's generally quiet. You can just think.
Yeah. New Orleans has great cemeteries too.
Yeah.
Be a creep.
I used to go running at the Forest Lawn in Glendale back when I lived over by there, which is where Walt Disney is buried.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was good runs. It's like kind of hard to find places to go running in LA unless you're like drive to a place, but I didn't have to drive. And the cemetery is a really great place to run.
I thought that guy was in a cryo tube somewhere.
Just the rumor was his head was frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, just his head. So
but it's not true.
Just his dome. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on whether you think you would become a zombie, all of Walt Disney is interred at Forest Lawn. That is the prevailing. That is the prevailing story right now.
Okay. Well, all right. Do you guys want to be buried?
I'm back and forth on this because Joseph wants to be buried. Not like
Really?
buried. He wants like a green burial. He wants to just like be body in the dirt.
Okay.
And so I want to be with him, but also like I'm kind of like I want to be cremated so that I can be like a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half and half.
I guess I could like put a couple of my ashes with Joseph.
Yeah.
And then the rest of me can be like.
Is he going to be in one of those mushroom suits? Or just like OG raw dog it? Like toss your.
I think they just raw dog. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Okay, toss you in the forest style.
Yeah. So.
Wolf food.
I wouldn't mind like what are they called? Sky burials where you get eaten by birds. You would hate somebody, you'd hate that. But
my mortal enemies destroying my beautiful visage. How could I let them win like that?
Feed the birds.
I guess I've eaten them my whole life. Maybe they should get a chance.
It's their revenge, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's their turn. It's the bird's turn. Have I never talked about what I want at my funeral?
I don't. Oh, where you get flown out like Huck Finn style to that song?
Yeah. That's right. Oh, you remember. Good memory.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to reiterate for everybody or people who have not heard earlier episodes, I'm sure I've talked about it on this show specifically, if not in private conversation, where I will also mention it. So it's not a bit for podcasts. I want Starships, We Built the City on Rock and Roll to play in the middle of it and me to pop out and be worked like a puppet and do like a full dance and the mouth is moving and singing the song. And then you can just throw me in a dumpster. I don't care.
one last show and you're good.
One last show and then into the dumpster. Show business.
Mm-hmm. I've said this before. My dream, it's not even like a possibility currently, but my dream is to have my body shot into space. Not my body, but like my ashes, I guess. Or my body, either way, but I think it would be easier to shoot my ashes into space. But
yeah, they do that. It is possible.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I want it now. Not right now.
Yeah, there's a funeral home in Manhattan that does it. Yeah.
Really?
How do they get it up there?
I would have to read the article again, but yeah.
Oh, that's don't bother.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of their options.
Well, I would like to be shot. I mean, ideally, I think it would be smartest if they just like shot me out like towards the sun. Because then I think they should do that with garbage too. Like take those islands of garbage that are in the ocean
and put them in space.
Shoot them towards the sun so that they get burnt up, and then you'll provide fuel for the sun.
Do you know how long it will take to get there?
Who cares?
As long as it's not here.
It's off the planet.
Fair enough.
The sun isn't going to be mad. It's getting a snap. I'm sure this is how science works.
Absolutely.
Prove me wrong. Just kidding. Don't prove me wrong. I know it's crazy. But, there's a good idea in there somewhere. That's the point. Okay?
I really loved the YA novel excerpt that we get.
By Annette?
Yes.
It was good. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it's very...
I wanted to know more about her weird friend.
And she just wants a friend that she can sing WAP with.
Is that a song that you sing with a person? I guess if one of you does the Cardi part and one of you does the Megan part. Mm-hmm. If we sang WAP together, what part would you sing?
I would just be there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Okay, so then all three of us could do it. What part would you want, Hal?
Can I just do that's a WAP? That's a WAP. WAP, 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 WAP. Can I do that part?
Sure.
That part of it?
Well, then I'd do all the rapping?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I could do it. I'll share it with you. Do you want to split it?
Yeah.
Get a bucket and a mop? Okay.
My favorite line is macaroni in the pot.
Yes. Macaroni in the pot. That's some wet ass. Anyways, you know the song.
Anywho, you know the song, and now it's in the Night Vale universe. Brie was just bringing as much as she could into the universe. She gave us a cemetery. She gave us characters. The story of the family that run the VHS shop. Joseph was inspired by that, and then went on to write an episode about it in the future. So yeah, leaving stuff in the sandbox, and other people are picking it up and running with it.
Love it.
That's excellent. Also, the town crier. I mean, the most literal.
It just cries. It rings a bell.
Crying.
Great bit of Night Vale. Brie is Brie has the voice of Night Vale. I mean, you can tell when different people write different things, but capturing the spirit of it. Obviously, Brie it's not Brie's first time in the sandbox at this point, but just gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now Brie is one of the writers of like more episodes, and it's always so fun. I don't know. It has a different light to it. I just like that she brings new stuff into it. Like even the sailing guy who got caught in the time loop potentially at the Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get the smokehouse brisket sliders.
So hungry.
I know.
And being charged for it.
Oh, so upsetting. That is true horror.
He doesn't even get to eat them.
Yeah, and so hungry, just like at the place that is having the special that day, and you get there and you order it, and then you're back in the that is my hell.
Nightmare scenario.
I mean, especially if you don't realize it, and then you're like, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Also, the gag is he keeps getting charged.
Yeah, the charge goes through.
His credit card keeps getting charged.
Nightmare.
Right.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
absolute nightmare.
I hate that for him and us.
But what is not a nightmare is my new favorite thing, and I hope I hear more about him in the future, or at least I'll think about him in my sleep. Honey Mustard the raccoon.
Yes. I know before we started recording, you were like, I have a lot to say about raccoons, so please let this be your space.
I do. I love trash pandas. I think they are so cute and so funny with their stupid little hands. They have every time you see a video of them, their hands are so kind of shaky, but trying to touch stuff really fast. It's so freaking cute. It's the same amount of cute to me as when you saw that rat washing its body. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that? It's like a rat taking a shower. It's all soaped up. It tickles me. Anyway, there's all these channels on TikTok where people have rescued raccoons.
Mm-hmm.
And I love watching those. There was this one that I saw the other day. It's a really fat raccoon. And I love chonkers. Any chonky animal, please give it to me. I want to see them. Show me your chonkers. This thing was all jiggly, and it was laying on its back with its arms up and its legs out, and the person was rubbing its belly. It just was so happy. If I could be that fat raccoon, that would be my life's goal. And that's what I have to say about that. Love them. Love raccoons.
They're adorable. Don't touch them, though. They do carry rabies. Just going to point that out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't touch them, but they're very cute.
And Honey Mustard is a great name for a raccoon.
Yeah.
A great name. I'm imagining it's a chonker, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some people that feed them, they'll come to their yards and stuff. People feed them cat food.
Well, yeah. And people feed cats, and then the raccoons eat it.
Hey, there are some people who feed hermit crabs peanut butter.
Creeps.
Oopsie poopsies. Oops.
Did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
But after all of this stuff, Annette and Al Kincaid realize how much they miss working in the cemetery and at the funeral home. So they take it into their own hands, let's say. And now there's going to be a grand reopening for Rattlesnake Rest.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm still raccoons on the brain. And they reopen, and Cecil does not ask hardly any dang questions.
No.
And honestly, if they didn't explain, like over-explain, he still doesn't have a clue at the end, I don't think, with saying sounds reasonable.
Well, he doesn't. He never questions things, or generally doesn't question things.
Right.
That's the whole thing of it.
Also, his thing about the gods with their gnashing teeth and how much they like oats.
Yeah.
And he's just talking about
and
horses.
It's just horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote in my notebook, horse spit, and then I drew 2 hearts.
Horse bits.
2 hearts, because you loved it that much.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Yeah. This is a great episode.
Really, really fun.
Absolutely.
Classic, solid episode.
Classic.
Up next, we hear from fans and friends of the podcast. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather. Hands Like Helios by Crystal Eyes.
Not my flavor of ice cream, is what I would say, personally.
Okay.
But I feel like if you like that genre, probably you would like that song very much. Is that fair? Is that accurate?
That's a fair assessment. I did like this song, and I instantly added it to my cycling playlist.
Fantastic.
Because it's that type of thing that you can just, like, the beat is really strong, and I don't know, it has this ethereal quality to it that I was just like, this is nice. So I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well. I thought it was well made. Yeah. Crystal Eyes are a Canadian indie dream rock band with touch tones of psych, 60s pop, and 90s grunge.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're Canadian.
How about it?
So listening to this costs you 25% more now.
We love you, Canada.
Yeah. We love you.
Yeah.
You just remember.
You're still our buds, Canada. You're still our buds. And Crystal Eyes, you're still our buds.
Yeah. Still our buds.
I'm so sorry that there's men in rooms talking about borders.
Trying to cause a rift between us. But it'll never happen, like, Canada. We love you.
It'll never happen. We love you. We do. We do. And we're sorry that you can't have our bourbon anymore. I would be so bummed.
Yeah.
Like we can make our own maple syrup here, but they can't make their own bourbon. What are we thinking?
It's just very silly.
Yeah.
Very silly. Highly silly.
We need each other. We should all be friends.
Yeah.
Guys, no borders.
Right.
No borders.
Open borders.
But a closed calzone.
Yeah.
So that we can all take a bite. Let's go to the FanZone Calzone.
Those are the only borders we like.
Pew, pew, pew.
Those are the only borders we like. And the bookstore.
The borders between the sauce and the cheese and
your mouth.
Your mouth.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today, I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50OFF and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, Everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
And the first bite is Katie, who writes, I just wanted to say that I hope your love-hate relationship with Arby's is mostly a loving one, because they owe you a lot of my personal business in their establishment. I actually didn't like Arby's until after I started listening to Welcome to Night Vale nearly 3 years ago, see? And now I'm willing to eat there way more often, and my friends and I always go whenever we are on our way to a live show. Looking forward to seeing you in Texas, by the way. Feel free to come closer to Oklahoma if you can. Crazy face! Anyway, I probably spent who knows how much of my hard-earned paycheck on Arby's salted caramel cookies. They are $1 of melted, gooey deliciousness, and I find myself craving one every time a new episode of Welcome to Night Vale comes out. I guess in a way, these cookies are something I affiliate with Welcome to Night Vale, and at this point, it's just what Night Vale tastes like to me, if that makes sense. I don't know if that would be a fun thing for you, Meg and Symphony, to talk about one day, but I guess I'll just ask. What does Night Vale taste like to you? For me, it's definitely got to be those salted caramel cookies from Arby's. God knows I've eaten enough of them to feed a small army over the course of the last few years. Thanks for the show. You guys rock. Heart, Katie.
Katie.
Oh, what does it taste like to me? Something savory. Something savory with a strong scent. I'll say, when you make like kale chips in the oven, that's it. I'm going to say that. That's what I'm going to go with.
For me, it tastes like Hampton and oatmeal with the packet of Smucker's peanut butter. Is what it tastes like to me. But that's just because that's when I worked full time for Night Vale. That was pretty much all I ate. So yeah, and also, this is an old email. So you're talking about going to see a show in Texas, and feel free to come close to Oklahoma if you can. Katie, don't quote me on this, but I think for our next tour, we're going to come really, really very close, almost all the way inside of Oklahoma. So.
Oklahoma, where I'm gonna eat some Arby's then. Anyway, I think Night Vale, the first thing that comes to mind is like cheese, like a really strong cheese, but with some like a weird honey on top, like a spicy honey. That's what it tastes like to me, I think. Weird, yet delicious.
Yeah. Katie, I can't say it. I can't say it right now, but if you wanted to mark the 24th of October of 2025 to maybe be near Oklahoma City, that's all I want to say.
Oh, insider hyper cool kid content.
Wow.
I can't make any promises, but I have a piece of paper that says that we could be there then.
No promises, but some promises.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we have Andrew Z from Malta in the Calzone. Andrew writes, good morning to you all. I'm going through the Good Morning Night Vale from the beginning, and just nice listening to the thoughts you've all had looking back on the series and all that's passed now. I am all the way back in year 1, and I had to ask if there are any specific side characters or one that you really like or wish there was more of them. I'm asking as I wound up thinking that the masked warriors from the desert otherworld, I love the tarot card designs where they're literal giants, and I love the idea of one living and having a life in Night Vale. Once I get the RPG, I will homebrew a giant masked warrior into the game as the numerous gods as my witness. Though, if you have already answered this question, you can ignore it. Well, we're not ignoring it, Andrew. We're here for you. That's awesome, Andrew. Thank you so much. I hope that you get to make your own giant masked warrior when you get your RPG in the mail. We appreciate you sending in your mind cannons.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. My favorite side character. that I want more of. There's like so many. There was this one that I want to like write a whole episode about. It was the woman who was the medical examiner, Night Vale's medical examiner. I'm trying to remember her name, but she was
Quincy?
one of my side characters I was into.
I'm trying to think.
Steve Carlsberg.
I wouldn't say Steve Carlsberg is a side character. No.
You don't think so? I think of him as a side character.
You know, I have a fascination with Larry Leroy.
Yeah.
Or Larry Leroy, as I like to call him. That's my boy. I could always hear stuff about him. So, you just want to get more information of these random people that just keep popping up,
Yeah. Emma writes to us, "Good morning, Night Vale. I've always wanted to say that. I started listening to Welcome to Night Vale back in 2016, and I became obsessed before the end of episode 1 when Cecil first introduced the weather. I was surprised to hear music instead of a beautifully weird forecast of raining blood or a rainbow smog smelling of baby prostitute. Read the smell of a room full of teenagers drenched in Bath and Body Works spray as if it were pheromones to attract a partner. I would say for the first month of listening to the show, and by listen I mean binging 8 to 5, I tried to find some symbolism in the song to indicate what kind of weather Night Vale was experiencing. For example, Aaron McKeown's You Cannot may have been a sun shower where the scene pans out and you have Kimmy Schmidt dancing down the street. Regardless of my theory being wrong, I love the weather. Next, in today's edition of Emma's Fun Fact Science Corner, cemeteries actually used to be parks and meeting places. A few episodes ago got me thinking about this. For example, the cemetery in my hometown of Rochester, New York, that is now the forever home to Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony, used to be used as a park. They would hold festivals and parades, and people would picnic all around the cemetery. I hope you had a wonderful start to your tour. All hail, Emma." This is an old email, but we did have a wonderful start to our tour. This email is from 2018. So
2018?
Yeah.
I hope you're still listening.
Yeah. I hope you're still out there, Emma. And thanks for the fun fact about cemeteries. And speaking of Aaron McKeown and cemeteries, they have that song, Pretty Little Cemetery, which is a great song.
Yeah.
Thank you all so very much for listening. The next episode is First Snow. But until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions or to tell us what to do with your body when you die. This show is powered by our patrons like Zachary Stout, Sean Havery, Teresa Jacobs, Thora Cottrell, and Vivica Carriage. If you're interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive insider hypercool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. Calzone ingredient of the week is the Arby Smokehouse Brisket Slider, baby!